Hello guys, Bobby Drives there. So you might remember about 8 or 9 months ago I actually reviewed this BMW M3. It was actually my second video I ever uploaded to YouTube. So click up here or here if you want to watch that video. Anyhow, it's my friend's car. He's gone away for the weekend. He's left the keys with me. So I thought, let's take it for a drive. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Do hit the bell notification button for new videos. And don't forget to follow me at Bobby Drives. Right, let's take it for a spin. Guys, I've got an A-Class next to me. I bet you that probably beat me off the lines because it's just, well, probably not. I'd say it beat me off the lines because it's just got less power. You see that? So this just spins. You've got to be careful with this car. And let's open it up. That sound. Oh. I don't even have to talk. I just let this car sing its engine out. And that's all that needs to be done. But where do I begin with this car? First thing I'd say, I absolutely love this car. It's one of my favourite cars. I owned an M3 E46 between 2012 up to 2014. It was only meant to be a car that I was going to keep for summer for about 6 months or so. But I liked it so much, I ended up keeping it for, what, 2.5 years? Be civil. Nah. Oh, that noise. But yeah guys, it just brings back so many memories of when I had my M3 and I absolutely loved it. I'd probably say they're the best 2.5 years of my driving history. I had the most fun in this car. You know, of course some things do go wrong, which I'll go through in a minute, but other than that, the thrills that this car gives you, you can't beat it. And bear in mind, we're in 2020 right now. This car was made in 2003. This is 17 years old. You've got cars today that this car will still beat or keep up with. Yes, you know, you can get like a Golf R or Mercedes CLA 45 AMG or even the new M3s. And they're really responsive, really agile, you know, go through the gears like super fast. And that's what you get with new technology. The newer the car gets, the better they become. But this being 17 years old, it's still brilliant. Yes, it's got a single clutch gearbox, so when you do go through the gears, it's a little bit slow, but at the same time, I actually like that because you get like this bang from the back of the car. I wouldn't say it's a bang, but you just feel like, yeah, the gears are changing. I was driving a Porsche recently, and when I went through the pedal shifts with that, it's just like instant, and of course that's great. But like if I drop this, you know it's doing something. And let's not forget about the sound that this car makes. I love this sound. It's just partly why I bought it, because it's got like it's not a deep bassy tone like you'd get with like V8s and a grumbly sound. This is more of a tinny sound. Some people may not like it. I absolutely love it. And before I owned one, my brother actually owned an M3, and it was because of that why I got an M3. I'm in gear 3. If I drop into gear 2, let's open the windows a bit. This is what you get from a naturally aspirated engine. There's no turbos, there's no lag, it's just straight power. This is a 3.2 straight 6 M performance engine, produces 343 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds, and a top speed of 155 miles an hour. And this is 17 years old. It still puts a smile on my face. I've driven the new M3 and yeah, they're great cars. But the excitement that I get from this is brilliant. I would say for me, this is the M3 which actually started it all. This is what made M3s really special. A lot of people do say it was the E30 M3, and they're not wrong. I totally agree with them. I love the BMW E30 M3. That's super special, super rare, super expensive today. However, for my age and my era, it was the E46 M3 which did it for me, and for a lot of my pals. And yeah, absolutely beautiful. My friend who owns this car, he bought this about 1.5 years ago, so he bought it just before they started rising up in prices, so he got it for a reasonably good price. However, they've just shot up in prices now, and I can't believe what they're going for. I wish I never sold mine. So check this out, guys. I bought my M3 in 2012. I picked up for £5,500. Yes, an M3 for £5,500. And bear in mind, it was the facelift. It was a late 2003. It had an SMG paddle shift gearbox, the big screen, Harman Kardon speakers. So it was a well-desired M3. But yeah, like I said, back in 2012, picked up for £5,500. I owned it for 2.5 years, and believe it or not, I sold it for £5,500. So I was actually really happy. I was like, you know, I've had the car, it hasn't cost me any money, so quid's in. I did a search last night, and to try and find my same car with same kind of spec, you know, kind of looked after, not the highest mileage. And bear in mind, I bought mine for £5,500. They're going for about 13,000 now. I just wish I kept my car. You know, like, so I've said to the owner of this car, don't sell this, keep it, because it is a gem. They're beautiful. Like I said, a naturally aspirated engine, which gives you the power like this. You won't get this from the new cars. Yes, they're super fast, but they cut out the frills. This car gives you all the frills, and that's what we really want. The owner is actually quite lucky as well. Not only does he own a M3 E46 with an SMG gearbox, he actually owns a 2006 BMW Z4M, and they're super rare. And I love how, you know, close to sit to the ground. They're a small cabin, but the best thing about that, he's actually got a 6-speed manual in it. So the guy who owns this has got 2 M3 engines effectively. One's an SMG gearbox, one's a 6-speed manual. What a lucky sod. I said both of those, keep them. So don't sell them, keep these cars. But now I'm on a little dual carriageway. I thought I'd open it up a little bit. There is an M2, I'm passing now on my left hand side. They are beautiful as well. I don't want to give me a race because it's a bit slippy outside. I probably will lose. I don't want to face that on my channel. It's all about winning, really. So a few things I can talk about. What the owner told me, and again from the experience I had in my car. Yes, you have to put tyres in there, brake pads and brake discs, which are expensive. This is rear wheel drive, so those tyres don't last that long. So that is expected, but I call that maintenance. However, with these SMG gearboxes, they are known to go wrong, and they are quite expensive to fix. I had an issue with my BMW that I had, but basically in the mornings it wouldn't release the gears. I wasn't able to change the gears, so I couldn't start the car. I took it to a mechanic and he said, yep, your Amg pumps failed, and it's going to send me back about £1,500. But guys, this is why I say to you, always go and get multiple quotes. I went to another garage in Amersham, brilliant, CPC, some people may know them, and Phil, the chap I was speaking to, I left the car with him for a couple of days. He said, Bobby, come and collect your car, you owe me £20. £20 from £1,500. On my car, I had to put a new salmon, I call it salmon or whatever, relay switch, and that fixed the problem. I sold the car about 8 months later, so I don't know if the new owner's got new... Well, actually, sorry, I know the new owner. The new owner is my best mate's cousin. He bought it off me. He's still got the car today. He's parked in a garage because he wants to keep the miles low on it. So my M3 is still around today. It's somewhat still in the family, you could say. So luckily I only had to change this relay switch and my car was fine and it was back to normal. This car has been great, sweet for the last year, but recently it's starting to come up and those issues are starting to happen where it doesn't release the gear, and you've got to wait about 10 minutes for the pump to kind of warm up. Once it warms up, it will release the gear, then you can drive normally. And what happens, you'll get a little cog, it's like a yellow little cog on your dashboard, and that's telling you obviously something's up. It's still drivable, but something's up. When that cog turns red, you know you've got a serious problem and you really should pull over and get this checked. Like I said, these cars are totally reliable. If you're driving automatic and you're going up and down the motorway, really good. I think once you do push it and you start putting your foot down, these cars do start to give you a little bit of issues. But that's what you expect for a high performance car, a car which gives you this many thrills. It's going to happen. Right, I'm on the motorway. That sound. You don't realise how quick you're going until you look at the speedometer. Obviously 70 miles, of course. But yeah, for me guys, this video is more about a ramble about how much I love this car and the time that I've had with it, the fun times that the owners had with it, and like I said to them, don't sell them, keep them. But for me, in my ideal garage as I get older, the M3 E46 is a car that I'm definitely going to have, amongst other, you know, maybe Ferraris, Lamborghinis, etc. But for a pure thrill car, 50-50 weight balance, this car is phenomenal. You can actually throw this car around the bends quite well. Bear in mind, if you do push it too much, it will spin out. It's happened to me, it's happened to the owner of this car. So you've got to respect the car. It's like any sort of high performance car, you push too much, it's not going to be nice to you. Another thing I'd say about these cars, guys, treat them with respect, look after them, you know, maintain them, put oil in, do the servicing, because the more that you look after this car, the more it will look after you. As soon as you start freshening it around and not maintaining it, that's when you are going to get issues. And guys, just drop it, there too. Just love it. It puts the biggest smile on my face, gives me the biggest buzz. Honestly, driving or racing is probably the biggest buzz I get, more than anything ever in life. I love giving a car a good thrashing. But look, now I can stick this back into automatic, and then it's nice and a relaxing car. Well, I'll say automatic, so this is an SMG gearbox, which stands for sequential manual gearbox. And what that basically means, it is mostly a manual, and you're using your paddle shifts up and down. But when you get a bit tired, the gear lever, you can knock it to the right, and then it becomes automatic. And the good thing about that, well, it's automatic, it changes the gears for you up and down, no problems. However, if you are on a hill, it will roll back because it's still a manual gearbox. So you do get the benefits of this being automatic whilst you drive, but really it's still a manual. Don't know if I mentioned it already, guys, in my M3, my clutch went, which was really expensive. It cost me the best part about £750. That's probably about a year's worth of me owning it. So during that first year, I did obviously push it quite a bit. Also, what I really do like, I got this serviced by BMW because they have this, it's called a BMW value range, where you can get your car serviced and they're like fixed fees. So I remember I got my M3 serviced by BMW, and it cost me what, about £400, and I think that was really good. Let's open it up. Absolutely lovely. Can you believe my camera just dropped? Whoa! Guys, sorry about that. When I put my foot down, my camera actually fell. So I've stuck it back on, we're all okay now. If any of you guys out there own an M3 E46, whether it's manual or SMG, I advise you to keep it because they are going up in price. Look at E30 BMW, for instance. I mean, that's worth like 40 grand, 50 grand now. Funny though, this being a 3.2 straight six, after this the E90 went to a 4-litre V8, beautiful sound too. But the new M3, they've gone back to a 3-litre or 3.2 straight six, but it's chucked on a couple of turbos. So you're not going to get the sound that you'll get from this or from the E90 M3. And guys, if you've got any questions on an E46 M3 that you own or you perhaps want to buy, feel free to put any questions in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I think I've had quite a good experience with these cars, owning one for about 2.5 years and driving this one occasionally. Well, in this case, the whole weekend. So yeah, if you've got any questions, put them in a comment below. And also, let me know what you think about the M3. Is it a car that you like? Is it a car that you don't like? So one thing I'd say, guys, obviously, oh, it just happened then. It just went into 0, so it released the gear as I was driving, but it re-engaged it, so I'm okay. And that's happening right now because there is probably a slight little issue with the SMG pump. The little cog is on, and basically telling me, Bobby, drive sensibly, which I'll do. But yeah, so one thing I would say, this being one of the very first SMG gearboxes out there and being single clutch, it's done it again. There you go, it's got the gear in. So guys, yeah, one thing I will say, this being one of the first SMG gearboxes to be out there and being a single clutch. When you are in town, it is quite dopey. It will roll back on a hill. Parking on a hill can be a bit difficult because it's not as smooth. However, as soon as you get on a motorway and you open the gears up, go into the paddle shift or manual mode, this engine, this gearbox is just absolutely brilliant. But yeah guys, so just a quick little 5-10 minute video talking about the car. If you've got any questions or any comments, or you'd like to see any more videos on this, just comment below, message me, and I'll do it from there. I've got some more videos coming out soon, so yeah, keep an eye out. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, do hit the bell notification button for all my new videos, smash the likes button if you did like it, and don't forget to follow me at Bobby Drives. See you later guys.